Hello everyone. So today we are going to look at the present indicative conjugation for regular verbs. Okay, so in Spanish we have three kinds of verbs: the AR verb, the ER verb, and the IR verb. For example, here I have one example of a root verb for each category of the verbs. Okay, so I'm going to conjugate these verbs in the present indicative form based on their subject pronouns in front of your eyes so that you can see how we actually conjugate these regular verbs. Okay, so let's take a look at AR verb first. Okay, we have hablar, hablar. Okay, so before we start, I would like you to know that a stem of the stem of a verb is the part without the ending, like for hablar. So HABL is the stem of the verb. Okay, so without the AR. For comer, COM is the stem, and for vivir, the VIV is the stem. Okay, so for AR verb, for hablar, so for the subject pronouns I, which is yo in Spanish, so we take the stem and then we add o. Hablo. Yo hablo, which means I speak. For tú, okay, we take the stem and we add as. Tú hablas. Tú hablas. You speak. Okay, and then we have él, ella, usted. Okay, he, she, and you formal. So we take the stem and then we add a. Habla. Él habla. Ella habla. Usted habla. He speaks. She speaks. You formal speak. Okay. And then we have nosotros and nosotras. We speak. So we take the stem and then we add amos. Hablamos. Okay. Hablamos. We speak. And then we have vosotros and vosotras. Okay, vosotros and vosotras, which means you all, but these are only used in Spain. So again, we take the stem of the verb, and then we add an accented a, and then is. Habláis, habláis. Vosotros habláis. Vosotras habláis. You all speak. And then lastly, we have ustedes. You all, both formal and informal. And then we have ellos, they, all male or mixed. And ellas, they, all female. Okay, so we take the stem and then we add an. Okay, hablan, hablan. So ustedes hablan, you all speak. Ellos hablan, they speak. Ellas hablan, they speak. Okay, so these are the conjugation for the regular verbs in the present indicative mood in Spanish. Okay, so let's take a look at ER verb. So here we have comer, comer, which means to eat. Okay, so again, we take, for yo, we take the stem of the verb, which is com, and then we add o. Como. Yo como. I eat. For tú, we take the stem and then we add es instead. Okay? Es becomes comes. Tú comes. Okay? And then we have él, ella, and usted. We take the stem and then add e. Okay? So instead of a, it's e because it comes from this er. Okay? Él come, ella come, usted come. Okay? He eats, she eats, you formal eat. Okay? And then nosotros, nosotras, again we take the stem and then we add hemos this time, okay? Again, it's because it's ER, so we add EMOS, okay, instead of AMOS for AR. Okay? Nosotros comemos, nosotras comemos, which means we eat. And then we have vosotros and vosotras. Okay, so we take the stem and then we add an accented E. Okay, and then IS. Coméis, vosotros coméis, vosotras coméis. And then lastly, we have ustedes, ellos and ellas. You all, they. Okay, so we take the stem, and then we add en. Comen, comen. Ustedes comen, you all eat. Ellos comen. They eat, and ellas comen, they eat. Okay, okay. And lastly, the IR verb. Okay, so I forgot the dash here. Okay, for IR verb, I have vivir here, to live. Okay, okay. Again, we take the stem for yo. We take the stem and then add o. Vivo, yo vivo. I live. For tu, we take the stem and then add es. Okay, not is. Okay, es. So vives. Okay, be careful with that. So you live, you informal live. And then we have él, ella, and usted live. Okay, so we take the stem and add e instead. Okay, it's the same as the él, ella, usted form for er verb. Okay, instead of I we add an e. Okay, it doesn't take this I. Okay, él vive, ella vive, usted vive, which means he lives, she lives, you formal live. And then we have nosotros, nosotras. We take the stem and then we add imos. Okay, this time is a little bit different. Okay, we add imos instead of hemos. Okay, they were all the same, but here we use I instead of e. Okay, so vivimos, nosotros vivimos, nosotras vivimos. Okay, we live. And then we have vosotros, vosotras, you all live. So vosotros, we take the stem and then we add an accented I instead. Okay, so since we already have an I, so we don't want another I. Okay, so we just add an S directly. Okay, so vosotros vivís, vosotras vivís. Okay, you all live. And then we have ustedes, ellos, ellas. Okay, we take the stem and then we add en. Okay, not in, en. Okay, ustedes viven, ellos viven, ellas viven. Okay, you all live, he lives, they live, they live. Okay, okay. Before that, let's say the conjugation for the three examples once again. Okay, yo hablo, tú hablas, él habla, ella habla, usted habla, nosotros hablamos, nosotras hablamos, vosotros habláis, vosotras habláis, ustedes hablan, ellos hablan, ellas hablan. Okay, that's for AR verb, hablar. And we have comer, which is an ER verb. Okay, a regular ER verb. Yo como, tú comes, él come, ella come, usted come, nosotros comemos, nosotras comemos, vosotros coméis, vosotras coméis, ustedes comen, ellos comen, ellas comen. And then we have vivir. to live, which is an IR verb, okay, a regular IR verb. So yo vivo, tú vives, él vive, ella vive, usted vive, nosotros vivimos, nosotras vivimos, vosotros vivís, vosotras vivís, ustedes viven, ellos viven, ellas viven. Okay, so these are the conjugation for the present indicative form of a regular verb. Okay, be careful with the word regular verb. So we do have irregular conjugations. We do have conjugation for irregular verbs, but we're not gonna talk about that yet. So I'm gonna do a video of that in the future. So stay tuned. Thank you for watching and have a good day.